Did you ever tell yourself, I have to stop this? I must stop doing this?
Yes.
When it was going on?
After the second time, it seemed like the compulsion to do it was too strong, and I didn't even try to stop it after that. But before the second time, things had been building up gradually, going to bookstores, going to the bars, the gay bars, bath clubs. When that wasn't enough, buying sleeping pills and using it on various guys in the bath clubs. It just escalated slowly but surely. And after the second time, which was not planned, it was out of control. It felt like it was out of control.
All right, Chase, what do you got?
I'm just going to cover one thing here. Right at the end, when he's saying it's out of control, there's some strong lip retraction. This is precisely where the word repetition would seriously come in handy. This would give him an opening to talk about it more, essentially giving the reassurance that he's needing here. We see the lips going in, and he says out of control. All the interviewer would need to do here, and the interviewer is great. All he would need to do is say out of control. And he would just keep going, just repeat that phrase back, and they will keep going. So, Mark, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting area, isn't it? Not planned, out of control, felt like it was out of control, gets to a stage where he didn't try to stop it. So it vacillates for me between, well, hang on, was it truly out of control, or did it feel like it was out of control and you just thought you didn't want to stop it? At this point, and I think he's been very honest throughout, it's at this point that I'm not quite sure whether he's being fully deceptive, but I think there's more to get out of him about really how out of control he was, how conscious he was. Was there some plan? You know, or did the cards just keep falling like the first stack, like the hitchhiker turns up, you turn round, you give him a ride, it's just things fall into place and the wish is fulfilled? Or do you now have to plan, like planning to go to a bookshop, planning to go to a bath club, planning to, you know, at what point are you, you know, honestly, really, truly, you know, planning to buy sleeping pills, planning to...
Impulse buy.
Exactly. So escalated slowly but surely. Oh, okay. So there was a certainty that it would escalate. So again, it's and then there's some lip grooming, I think, after that, slowly but surely. So I think he's trying to mediate this idea of it potentially, I think, was planned, and he wants that to look as good as possible. I don't think in his mind he truly believes it was just it took over and he's unconscious and nothing. I'm saying there may have been events that were like that, or certainly he's made them feel like that, but I think there's more conscious effort than he is letting on. It's starting to feel a little more deceptive for me, but I'm willing to have my mind changed on that. Scott, what have you got? What do you think?
All right, I agree with you, but I think we're seeing the lip compression. I think, again, that's an adapter because it happens so soon after the question. And all the questions, it happens fairly quickly, so I think he's prepping to hold his feelings in. But at the same time, Chase, I agree with you on that as well. I think this cat's holding a lot of stuff in. This is where he sees the largest illustrator so far is when he goes up into the passion plane, Mark. Do what?
I didn't teach him. I didn't train him.
I hate you all. He goes up in the passion plane, and he's illustrating from there. And I'm under the impression that nose scratch is an adapter as well. So I think that's something where he's just, needs to expend some energy there. And lip compression, again, is more of an adapter than anything else. His cadence and tone, everything stays the same. His volume goes up just a little bit as he gets a little bit worked up in that. But he's coming straight on with his answers. He's not hedging anything. He's not pausing. He's not waiting to think. He's not making these big grandiose things. He says it's looking really interesting, this whole thing. Greg, what do you got?
Yeah, guys, I'm on the same things. One of the nose scratch, I agree, is an adapter. He's uncomfortable, he does something. But the two big ones, the two biggies here, are both source leads. The first one is not planned. It's a change in word pattern. He emphasizes it much harder than most of his other word patterns. If you go back and listen, not planned. And he makes hard eye contact. He's leading, he's telling you something, and you need to ask him. If I were interrogating this person, I'd say, hold on, wait a minute. What do you mean not planned? Because it's out of character for everything else he said. Then he's got that contained emotion. I agree with you, Scott. When he does that, it may be an adapter. But in this case, I'm sure it is contained emotion, and that lip grip I felt out of control. I would give him an opportunity to talk about that. So you could likely get him to open up with all the right questions. I would start off by saying, what could somebody have done, Jeff, that would have stopped you? What could somebody have done that would have stopped this, Jeff? Help me understand why you said not planned. Was that haphazard? And then I would, okay, it was haphazard, but you went and bought sleeping pills, and then I would push him until that rage came to the surface and get what's really in there. Because I do think when he's talking about internal things, again, he's masking, and he is going to use deception or whatever it takes to get his way. But those three things are really the keys here. And those source leads, that not planned, that contained emotion at felt like out of control, and then Mark, yours, where he's talking about, but it was going to happen regardless. I think you just poke on him a little bit and you get a lot more information.
Did you ever tell yourself, I have to stop this? I must stop doing this?
Yes.
When it was going on?
After the second time, it seemed like the compulsion to do it was too strong, and I didn't even try to stop it after that. But before the second time, things had been building up gradually, going to bookstores, going to the bars, the gay bars, bath clubs. When that wasn't enough, buying sleeping pills and using it on various guys in the bath clubs. It just escalated slowly but surely. And after the second time, which was not planned, it was out of control. It felt like it was out of control.
If you like this video, get the full body language breakdown and analysis on our main channel by clicking this video right here.